Did you guys see any of the debate?
No, I don't watch those things. Those are boring.
I don't want to get into a politics heavy thing.
Yeah.
But it's like Bloomberg got shit on.
Yes.
It's like to a level that's hilarious. Like I thought there's no way that the Dem primaries could be as entertaining as the 2016 Republican primaries. You know, just Trump was just so fun. Him getting eviscerated was the most entertaining thing I've seen in a coon's age. All right. It was some hilarious shit. He was stuttering. He was tripping over his words, and they're like 5v1ing him. Like there's one point where they're talking about the women who have like confidentiality agreements with him, and he's like, these are bound agreements that these women agreed to, and maybe Elizabeth Warren was like, so would you release these women from the agreements and allow them to tell their side of the story? He's like, well, we all agreed to the agreement, and Biden steps up, and while he does stutter quite a bit getting it out, he's like, well, all you have to do is say, release them, and then they could tell their side of the story. And he's just like, I am not releasing anyone from anything. And then Elizabeth Warren had that great line. I despise her as a human being. She's a putrid human being. I hate her so much. I hate her so much. Hillary Clinton, 2020, 2024, 2028, as far as I'm concerned, if it means Elizabeth Warren gets skewered on a spike,
I'm blown away
Vlad Dracula
Hillary
style
is so
tomorrow.
much more unlikable.
Yeah, that's really weird to me. But okay.
I think that Elizabeth Warren is much worse. And she said something like, I'm gonna get like the insults wrong here, but she said like, we can't have a president who calls women like fat lesbians and horse-faced losers. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. He's like right next to her. You know, it's a quote from him. And they've got so much dirt on him. You know, he said that thing, where his female employee comes to him and is like, hey, I'm pregnant. He just goes, kill it.
Really?
Yeah. And then another female employee was like, I'm having a hard time finding childcare right now. I might be a little late for this or that, or not be able to attend this or that. And he goes, all you need is some black that barely speaks English. You know, someone to pull him out of a burning building if need be.
He's quoted as saying that?
Yeah. He's also quoted as directing the police, go to the minority neighborhoods, 18 to 24. Those are the criminals. Get them. Like during the days of stop and frisk. This guy has spent $400 million at this point.
More now. Yeah.
I think it's right about 400. It was 380 when we discussed this a few days ago. And like I was watching a video of him of like 4 minutes of him being eviscerated. Before the video, Bloomberg ad.
You know what's
all
funny?
minorities. And they're in Michigan, and they're like, we need Bloomberg here.
Yeah, whatever.
We need Bloomberg here. And then
we need Bloomberg here in New Mexico. The number, I have definitely heard of him before, and he is the winner for us. Well, give me my $5. Yeah,
he's paying people to make memes, as we all know. I'm sure you guys know about this now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in on it.
I know everybody wants Bloomberg cash, but he's paying people to make memes for Instagram and Twitter. And I don't know, like, because his social media managers or whatever, I don't know who is his social media, because they must know now at this point. It's everywhere though. Like everyone knows that he is ridiculous. Like he's obviously terrible money, number one, and number two, you would never make a meme for Bloomberg now at this point. So why do they keep trying? I was thinking that the other day. I was like, why would they keep trying this when they know if the social media manager who's on social media knows that they're failing? Why would they keep trying?
I think they're failing
because it's like I think they're going to fail, but like he doesn't have the background of hilarious comments that someone like Trump does. Like, and so trying to turn old Bloomberg clips into like, oh, that's so memeable. I'm Gen Z. That means something to me. It's like, dude, that's cringe and you're shitty. And that thing that you're talking about with him talking about NDAs, Kyle, was funny because you can just see how bad Bloomberg's response and his optics are when, like, imagine if Warren or someone was like, and Trump, you have a number, I'm seeing 5 NDAs you have with former employees complaining about pay or something. He'd be like, have you ever run a multi-billion-dollar hotel chain? You haven't. Okay, so you probably don't understand the amount of NDAs that have to be signed in order to make this viable. So
if you don't understand business, that's fine. That's fine. That's not what you do. That's what I do. You lie about being a Native American in order to get paid $400,000 a year at Harvard. That's fine. That's fine, people. That's fine.
Everybody Maybe you know something about the casino business.
And he would deflect it better, and people would be.
I don't know how you run your casinos on the reservation, but in Atlantic City.
I don't know how you do it over there. You're a fucking retard, and I've said that many times. I'll say it again right now. You're a retard.
But like he would deflect it and say enough nonsense in there to kind of disperse the fire a bit. Whereas Bloomberg responding,
he fell apart.
So he did fall apart in the debates. But I would argue that the advertising and the meme stuff is not a failure. He is one of the top 3 or 4 guys in this contest. Free debate anyway. And the only thing that existed about him was the advertising and the meme and stuff. It certainly wasn't his performance behind a podium. It wasn't his performance on the debate stage. It was in spite of who he was. His advertising campaign succeeded at some level, even though he's not a very good candidate at being winning a popularity contest.
I would see those two things in like 2 separate silos. The traditional TV, radio advertising versus the online memery is he's being roasted for the meme shit online where young people live. Like people are not compelled by a silly little video that some third-party company made on his behalf.
It's just so
the advertising on traditional media definitely working. I agree with you.
He's got a lot of name recognition, and you've got a field that's dominated by essentially 3 candidates right now with Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and Buttigieg. I feel like Biden has fallen out of that top 4.
Yeah, he has.
Or top 3. And then it's just sort of like, it's easy to get in there amongst like that tail end of the field that are polling at 3 and 4 and 5% or whatever. When you spend $400 million, it wouldn't matter who did that. I literally believe that like Woody could have spent $400 million and been right there with him.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you probably could have done better.
Yeah, you could have done the Everman thing.
There's some quotes that would come back to haunt me too.
A bunch of pictures of you like swinging hammers and flying through the air. Woody the Nightwing.
I'd have to literally break out the hood pass all the time. It says it's okay that I just defended you.
They're calling him the Dark Knight, which means he can both fly and say the N-word.
You start digging through all the paintball footage looking for pictures of you with black eyes. Yes, I have black friends.
I had an advertising class. Taylor will know much more about this than me, but what they told us was half of the money you spend on advertising is a complete waste. It doesn't get you anything, but it's very hard to know which half. And I imagine that's what Bloomberg's going through right now. He's got a lot of wasted money, things that aren't working.
For sure.
But who knows what's working, And
I know what's not
in a
working.
Position where he has to worry.
Stage.
Yeah. He like Bloomberg isn't sitting there, with a abacus going, oh no, I'm running out. I can't run, 60 spots a minute on MSNBC anymore. Like, no, he doesn't even have to do like an opportunity cost
60
analysis.
spots a minute. Just rapid fire 1 second commercials.
All right, tonight there will be no Tucker Carlson, just Bloomberg ads.
I honestly think that Bloomberg is running a spite campaign, which I like, honestly, because I'm a big fan of spite. All right. Not only do I love the word, but I like to embody it as a way of life. And so I think that he really has some sort of complex about Trump. I'm just guessing here. I'm just talking out of my ass, but I bet over the years, Trump has gotten a lot of the clout that he feels like that he is deserved.
That's a good guess.
Because Trump's more the showman. He's he's there in the same city. And Trump's a junior billionaire, whereas Bloomberg is mayor of the city and richest man in the world or something like that.
Well, he's worth like 60 billion, I think it is.
63, yeah.
I heard top 40.
Yeah. Okay. It's just I feel like he's been jealous of the attention that Trump has gotten, and I feel like Trump really has rubbed it in that I'm the leader of the free world now. You were mayor of New York. Nice.
Yes. Right. You have money. Trump has.
I have nuclear weapons. You want to see them? You can't. You don't have clearance, bitch.
So here's something I was thinking about: a possible debate mistake. Let's say hypothetically it won't happen. Elizabeth Warren gets the candidacy. Does Bloomberg say, I said I'd support whoever, but fuck that bitch. I'm not going to sit here and run ads on her behalf as she goes up it. Bernie roasted him, Biden roasted him, and Elizabeth Warren roasted him.
Oh, getting roasted by Biden. Oh,
if
I
I'm
know, dude, who gets roasted by Biden?
If I'm Bloomberg, and one of those three goes on to represent the Democrats, I might be like, fuck it. I know I said I'd keep spending on ads, but I'm done. I don't like them.
Yeah. Well, he's got FU money to other millionaires and billionaires, which is pretty baller.
Yeah. If he bought Trump, it wouldn't really make a difference to him in his bank account.
No. Think about how much richer Trump is than the average person. And then think about that, Bloomberg is 20 times almost richer than that. Almost 20 like times. That's insane.
And it's also, I'm betting what he's going to do is he's going to wait. He's going to say, no, you know what? I'm going to save my money for 2024. I'm going to run again in 2024.
How old is that bitch?
He's old as fuck.
He's really old.
He's very, very old. But I mean, but I think Kyle's onto something, because I for sure think that a bunch of billionaires like these dudes get together and just have pissing contests.
Yeah.
About what they can get.
I've got this woman. I've got this car. I've got this
100%.
house. But then at some point there are things that you can't necessarily buy, right?
That's right.
And those are the real pissing contests between these guys. Oh yeah, well, I got to hang out with the Emir. I got to hang out with the Sultan. I spend my summers over here with this world leader. I get to go here and there. And Trump's bragging rights trump everyone else's at this point, right? Like he's like, I created Space Force. You want to see my new space plane? You can't.
I want to know, if you drained all my blood and replaced it with that of a younger man, how much better would I feel?
You'd be dead.
What? No.
That shit.
Why not?
That's what Lance Armstrong did. You'd feel great.
Whatever T levels have dropped over the course of me turning in I turned 47 yesterday, so I had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
If you put 19-year-old blood in me and just filled it up, how awesome would I feel until my body
you'd feel amazing. And the thing is, you just have to keep doing it. That's it. That's all.
What would that run, hypothetically?
People are doing that now. And I'm betting, like we were talking about earlier, I'm betting those billionaires do exactly that. They just fucking fill their bodies with young blood and then go for, a week or whatever and then have it replaced.
I agree with you. They have to be fucking eating foreskins or something, because there's way.
It's called young blood transfusion. Scientists have compared it to snake oil, and pseudoscience.
It seems like it would work.
Well, I think we can make it happen.
I'm gonna try.
I've got some equipment, and I've got a bucket of blood.
For no reason, I've got a bunch of hypodermic needles laying around.
Yeah. Oh God, we're gonna add it one syringe at a time.
They're used though, so
you're like, God, Kyle, this is hurting so much more than.
All right, this is gonna take 8 to 10 days.
Just do it.
And all your veins are gonna be collapsed.
I just want to carry around fresh blood, like it was
a dialysis machine.
Well, yeah, but like a colonoscopy, right? Where you have a little bag, Except the mine's just taking out the old blood, putting in the new. Swap that bag a couple times a day.
Where does the old blood go?
Into an adjacent bag, right?
I think it should just squirt out.
I'll just piss it.
like you have a release valve whenever a reservoir gets full, and so you're just you're waiting on a bus or something. You're like, beep, beep, beep. Oh shit, let me just.
Where does it come out? Forehead, nose,
you've got a release valve right here, like a little nipple. You just pop it. You know those pool floats that
pull the sleeve
up open? Yeah, you just poop.
Little rainbow of blood.
Yeah.
This is a great idea.
High pressure.
I would put it right above your butt like it was a tail, and then just spew it out the back as you were walking, because then you'd walk away from it. You wouldn't get it on you.
I get my period 6 times a day.
just bleeding. But if you're out there listening, any Bloomberg surrogates, pay us and we will absolutely be Bloomberg ride till we die.
We make memes for a living. You got to hire us.
Yeah. Don't look at anything to do with the history of the show. But pay us a lot of money and I will endorse you. Not even that much money, just any amount's fine.
Yeah, it's really a lot cheaper than you might think.
Yeah,
Taylor, how much do you go for? Let's if you're going to create a Bloomberg.
What would it take for you?
$500. What are we thinking?
I'd take a $75 TGI Fridays.
Taylor, this idiot's got $500. He doesn't know I work for Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, $500 dues, Mr. Bloomberg, and I'm all on your team.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, or even more than that. You're not paying attention. You know,
Yeah, right.
throw me $5,000. Come on, baby.
No.
Bitch.
Now, people, I saw a tweet that was likening basically. So he's worth 63 billion, and he spent, what was it, 400 million or whatever on the campaign. And somebody was saying that if you made 65,000 a year, the math isn't exactly right, but it's made 65,000 a year and you spent 275 on a subway ticket, that it was actually more of your net worth than he spent on the campaign.
Yeah, except they compare. I saw that, and they compared an annual income to net worth, right?
Yeah,
like, you know,
Yeah, that's definitely different.
Yeah,
Although the net worth would be let's say, I mean, I guess your net worth is probably what, $200,000 there if you're making 65 a year.
Depends on your age, right? If the guy's 65, he could be a millionaire. If he's 19, he's probably got nothing.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's true, and I guess it's I don't know. It's hard to conceive. For me, it's really just hard to conceive of those huge numbers and even think about what that, because at that point you don't really even have money anymore. It's just all it is just a pass.
Yes.
Like you just have you don't have to think about numbers anymore. It's just literally a pass. You just say, oh, I need to do something. Oh, here you go. This is it.
And it
doesn't matter.
Your credit card's more like a Dave and Buster's card now. It's
exactly.
it's me and everything.
You can do whatever you want if you have enough money. I was like,